So what do you do when you have so many things growing around here that you begin to lose track of what you have? So right now I have a big problem. I have a few seedlings growing and I don't know what they are, like this right here. This looks like corn, but I have a sage label on it and I don't think that this is sage, and I don't think that it's corn either, because I don't remember planting corn in cups yet. But I do have some corn planted somewhere, but it's in a tray and seem to have lost track of it. So now I gotta figure out what's what, because everything cannot be planted next to each other. Some things will kill off other things. And I'm also missing a large lettuce plant I had growing. I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, this is a small lettuce that was grown from seed. Well, everything in here is grown from seed. And I'm trying to figure out, what did I do? Because I was growing so many things that I lost track. So, like I said again, I think these things are corn, but I don't remember planting corn in cups. And I think this label says Beefmaster Tomato, but I don't recall Beefmaster Tomato leaves looking like this. So yeah, this is a problem. So now I have to do my research to figure out what leaves are what. And then I have about 27 peppers, bell and sweet banana, and probably about 20 something or 17 tomato plants extra that I need to figure out what to do with them, because they're getting too mature to be staying in these cups. So I got a new tray of watermelon. Finally got some cucumber to germinate, and I got some more peas germinating. And here's another issue right here. This tray, these seedlings say pinto beans, but I got carrots growing out of them. But I see the beans, so I'm like, why haven't the pinto bean haven't germinated, but I got carrots germinating out of them. So I'm trying to figure out what in the heck. Okay, so I got more watermelon right there. And then what are these? What are these? I don't know. So this year is my first time growing green tomatoes. It might be the green tomatoes, because I don't know what the green tomatoes look like, but this looks too flimsy to grow a tomato on. These leaves look, I don't know. And then I got another problem. What are these? These say sage, but hold on, maybe it is sage, because but my sage plant in the house doesn't look like this. So what is this? African daisy plants growing together. I have to separate. I've never separated African daisy plants. They're looking a little dead. So maybe they'll come back to life, maybe they won't. I don't know. I was thinking about just tossing it out. If these don't rejuvenate, then I'll just get rid of them. But I have a perfectly healthy African daisy right over here, and this one has 3 plants growing out of the same cup, and it looks just fine. So I learned that they don't like a lot of water. I watered those like I was watering my tomatoes, so you gotta be careful with that, because I look like I killed them. Anyway, I got basil growing right here. Tomatoes, this looks like more basil. What are these? Like I said, I don't think this is a Beefmaster tomato. It might be, but it just looks to me, the Beefmaster tomato is like really big, so I don't understand how this really big tomato grows on these little flimsy leaves. It's amazing to see. Anyway, I got some marigold growing that I don't have anywhere to put. I'm gonna have to put it in a big pot. I wanted it to grow as a trellis plant around the arch in the garden, but some kind of animal was eating them up, so I had to dig them up. Maybe ants, I don't know. Anyway, this could be a sage, because it does look a little bit like these plants that look like corn. So yeah, I gotta move these peppers. My goal is to get all the peppers and tomatoes out of the greenhouse soon, very soon, so I can make room for more plants, flowers. So right now I got some zinnias growing right here. I think it's like 9 or 10 different zinnias, and I want to grow a big melon patch and cucumber patch, so we'll see. I want to add some more peas and beans to the garden as well, so we are going to see. Yeah, I'll check back in with you guys a little later when I figure out what are these and what are these. Another way that you can figure out what plants are, if you don't know, if you can't tell by leaves, like I can look at this and tell that this is a sunflower. I can look at this and tell that this is a lettuce. I can look at this and tell that these are tomatoes. I'm learning about peppers, so I can look at it and see that this is a pepper. But another way you can tell what's what without, like if you misplace your labels, is to actually smell the plant. Like this tomato right here, I can smell tomatoes through the stem and the leaves. They smell like tomatoes. Like when your tomato plants start to get really mature, you go outside and water them or whatever before they grow tomatoes and start producing fruit, you can actually smell the tomatoes. So let me do a test and see what I can smell on here. So actually this doesn't smell like a tomato. I don't know what that is, but I can smell like basil. I can smell tomatoes. And okay, I can't tell what that is right now, but I know that that's basil because I kept track of it when it was growing. This right here is a tomato, and I can smell the tomato through the vine and everything. This here, I don't know. I know what sage smells like, but see, this doesn't smell like a sage, so kind of confusing. Yeah, I never really smelled a pea or bean, but yeah, the peppers. Yeah, the peppers don't really have a strong scent yet, but I know that this is a pepper because, like I said, I've kept track of these peppers since they were seeds, so I know what they are. But like I said, I just got to figure out what this thing is, these two things are, and when I do, trust me, we gonna have some fun with them. All right. So I went out to the garden and I matched those two plants with the plants in the garden just to see if there was a match of the leaves. And I did find out that the carrot leaves match those leaves that appear to look like, well, that were labeled as Beefmaster tomatoes that were flimsy. Those are exact match as carrots, so I believe those are carrots. And that one plant that looked like I had a sage label on it, but it had no scent, they look like corn, I believe those are corn. So I went ahead and planted all of the corn in a row, and I added those flimsy leaves to the to the carrot patch. And also I went ahead and planted all of the watermelon seeds and cucumbers. So yeah, I did my research and I figured out what it was. So let's see, we got more carrots, which is a good thing because we only had 4. Now we have about 7. And then we have corn now. So the other corn that I planted in those trays didn't germinate, but it's funny that I did toss a couple corn kernels in the cups and they germinated really fast. So corn grows like a weed. It almost looks like garlic, but it's not garlic at all. And the leaves are a lot flimsier than garlic, so it's really interesting how fast the corn grew. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching.